Wow. This episode of One Piece is one of Ichiro Oda's famous tragic backstory episodes, and as always, they always just get me right here. Anyway, it starts off where it left off. It's Rebecca's backstory. It's time for her to fight. She starts walking towards the arena, but then she has a flashback as to why she's fighting, to protect Toy Soldier. And wonder why is Soldier so important to her, and it's because he practically raised her. He was like her father figure, and then it shows us how it came to that. Her and her mother were living out in the forest, I believe, the fields. This tiny little house, and then all of a sudden there's this huge fire, a rebellion, so to speak. Well, not really, because it turns out it's the king's army attacking the people and burning their houses, which sounds very strange. The kings are just started killing people, burning their homes, and then Don Flamingo comes in and stops him and saves the people on the island. Immediately you can tell something's not right. Don Flamingo did something, and knowing his ability to control people, it probably has something to do with that. He probably manipulated the king and his soldiers to attack others, all the innocent civilians, and that's how he became king. But also we see Rebecca being chased, her and her mother being chased by a bunch of soldiers, and then Diamante. Scary as fuck face. I mean, he already had a scary face to begin with, but to see it in like this black and white light, it's like, what the fuck? It's like, oh god, no, get that away from me. But again, it was funny, but at the same time, kind of tragic. So now they're homeless, they're on the run, and they're hungry, and Rebecca goes back to saying, "Mama, I'm hungry," like she said before. And her mother goes and gets food. And that gets her killed, of course. And this is the part that really drove it home. Because as we've seen in the past, when a mentor or someone important to the character dies, it usually goes black silhouette. You see a little bit of blood. Boom. That's it. They're done. You know they're dead. They're gone. You're not going to see their dead body. This one, not only does she die and you kind of see the black silhouette, but then the toy soldier guy comes in carrying her dead body. He's just dragging her in. He's like, I couldn't protect her. I was like, why did you drag the dead body in here? And it gets even worse when Rebecca comes up to the dead body and starts pushing it like, Mama, are you okay? I was like, it's Lion King all over again. Don't have the kid push the dead bodies in hopes that it'll wake up or something. But it's tragically disturbing to look at when you think about it. Anyone would be horrified just by the thought of their parent dead or a family member or loved one dead. But to actually see their dead body and then just touch it and try to wake it up is just... That's gotta be hard on anyone. I'm surprised Rebecca's doing as well as she is. But Toy Soldier protects her, from then on. It turns out that Rebecca and her mother are related to royalty. They're from the previous family that attacked the civilians. King Riku, I believe his name was. And they're on the run. Toy Soldier promises to protect her at all times, be by her side. They start walking around, and I'm thinking all these seasons are changing from winter, fall, spring, summer, and I'm thinking wait, how long is going on here? She's not growing any bigger. The seasons are changing, so maybe it's just 1 year. They finally stop at this village, and it's all snowy. I'm thinking didn't they just leave a snowy village? But yeah, he does his best as raising her as he can. Celebrating her birthday, working multiple jobs, and he's constantly impressing the people he works for. It's like, you want one dedicated little toy? It's like, I need the money. And then even one part is he's working as a fisherman, and the guy, holy shit, there's a shark on your head, he's biting you. He's like, oh, I need the money. It's like, That's one dedicated toy soldier. But and even protecting her from boys. You know, one kid hits her with a ball. He comes in punching him. One kid tries to confess his love for her, and he comes in punching her like, "No boys, no, none at all." And I assume she's still like only 12 or 11, and somewhere around that age range. That's usually the time boys and girls actually start noticing love and stuff like that. But anyway, even protecting her from one kidnappers. And, he finds them, he beats them up. But unlike those boys who just like, he hit me, whatever, go home. These bastards actually report him to the police, the Dressrosa police, and tell him, hey, this toy attacked a human, that's against the law, arrest him. He becomes wanted. So now him and Rebecca have to keep traveling, constantly moving, because now their faces are known. And, Toy Soldier's wanted because he's protecting Rebecca. Rebecca's related to royalty, and Don Flamingo doesn't like that. And he even admits that, the Toy Soldier admits that he can't be there 100% of the time. He's working multiple jobs. He's going out there to buy food. He has to sleep in the toy house as the law states. So, he realizes, while I did promise her I'll protect her at all times, that's not going to be possible 100%. So, I need to teach her how to fight. Of course, she's not fond of the idea because she doesn't want to hurt anybody. But he says, well, I'm going to teach you how not to get hurt. And I'm thinking, is that just a throwaway line? Or is that saying I'm going to teach you a unique battle style to avoid getting hurt, but at the same time, you don't have to necessarily hurt anyone else? Maybe not. Maybe, from what I've seen of the Toy Soldier battle style, he knows how to, disarm someone. So maybe those kind of basic moves. But then it goes back to the present. She's walking to the arena, and she just throws her shield away, which is weird. If you're not gonna hurt anyone, the shield is usually the one you keep, not the sword. But she's going out there with a sword, so I'm thinking, what's her battle style? Why even have the shield in the first place? It's just to emphasize that she's gonna throw it away, I guess. And then she walks into the arena, and everyone starts booing her because she's King Riku's granddaughter, as they said. She's related to the previous royal family, and everyone hates her, of course. And this is shocking to Luffy. Not to us audience, because throughout the whole flashback, they're saying she's related to royalty. There's no other royalty but the King Riku guy in his family. So, and it just ends right there. And so far, Rebecca is hitting all the points of joining the Straw Hat crew. What the tragic backstory, the reason to hate the main villain that everyone's targeting, and having an important role in the arc, and that's being royalty, the previous royal family of Dressrosa. Now all that's missing now is her battle style and unique skill. Does she fight strong enough to keep up with the Straw Hats? If so, is it a unique enough battle style that it will stand out from the rest? And unique skills, what can she bring other than fighting style? Like Brooks being a musician, Frankie being a shipwright, stuff like that. Those two I still need to see before I say she definitely has a strong chance of being part of the crew. We might get the battle style next episode. And so far, I'm really anticipating something big from this. A huge Rice Rebellion. There's got to be a way to get the people to realize, like, oh my God, Don Flamingo's been the one who's been evil this whole time. The royal family from before was being used or manipulated somehow. There's going to be a huge rebellion, chaos. Essentially, sort of like the Alabasta arc. The daughter of royalty, granddaughter in this case, I believe. Because she was really small when King Riku was probably already an old man. Because then her mother was the daughter of King Riku, so on and so on. But anyway, this is definitely gonna be an interesting arc to look into, and I can't wait to see more. Once again, I need to see battle style and unique skills before I say, Rebecca, you might have a chance of being part of the crew. Like Bartolomeo, I don't think he's going to be part of the crew like a main member, but like I mentioned, he might become part of the Alliance, one of the captains under the Straw Hat flag. But as for main crew members, so far Rebecca is moving on up there, but she's still not leaving a strong enough presence for me to claim she can be. But anyway, this was one of Eiichiro Oda's famous tragic backstories. They always get me right here in the heart. You know, the whole time I'm like, oh God, you know, please give me some happy moments. Oh, thank you. But yeah, the dragging of the dead body was a surprise. It's just coming in with the dead body. It's like, I couldn't protect her. It's like, Jesus, guy, please, like get the kid away from the dead body. Don't let her touch it. Like, oh, okay, whatever. Like, she already did. Anyway, this has been Tony Dragon, and this has been my review of One Piece episode 651.